A couple of words about the French movie Vatel from 2002, which was, I think, Roland Joffre has directed this movie. It was meant to present the life of François Vatel, who was the maître d'hôtel, a main staffer in the domains of Nicolas Fouché, who was sort of, we would say, Minister of Finance, Minister of Treasury of Louis XIV, the King of France in 17th century. So we have until now all it's okay. So we have this residence of Vaux-le-Vicomte, which made the King Louis XIV very envious, and his other ministers, Minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert, also very envious, and they have stolen a couple of years after the time place in the movie. They have robbed this, deprived the Nicolas Fouquet of this wonderful residence. But of course, this is all happening. This was all happening in times which is not presented in the movie. In the movie, we have the fête, which is the feast, which is being prepared by François Vatel for the king and his men, like 2,000 people. So it was a huge responsibility, and the historical François Vatel was really trying very hard to make this reception and this fete, these ceremonies as good as possible. And he was dealing, of course, with funny behaving aristocrats, people who were very insolent to his people, and of course he had many problems and he could do really nothing about it. He could only tell to king's ministers there's some problems with his brother and so on. We don't have any evidence that the king's brothers were behaving in such insolent manner toward the main organizer of the fete. But it's of course possible, knowing the reputation of king's brother. Okay, so that's all probable. The improbable thing is that François Vatel falls in love. Of course, love must be in the movie, so he falls in love in one of the court, one of the mistresses, one of the court ladies, one of the mistresses of the king, the occasional mistress, we would say. So, and this thing made Vatel, according to the film, so miserable that he has discovered that he's only a prop, he is not a person to all those people, and he decided to, finish with his life. He decided to commit suicide. So this is the film, and in reality he was most probably killed himself also by suicide when he discovered that the fish will not arrive on time. So this responsibility for the good of the fete made him so anxious that he couldn't stand it anymore. So huge gap between the historical reality and the film. In the film also we have some discussions about François Vatel working before as some sort of pâtissier, that would be the guy who produced candies and sweet comestibles. And so it is presented in the film as if it was some dishonor in running the shop with candies or something like this, and cakes in Paris, before he was maître d'hôtel of Nicolas Fouquet. So it wouldn't be a dishonor at all, so it's totally invented. So we see a manipulation in history implying that all the people who were not aristocrats were feeling so inferior all the time that it was a huge psychological problem for them, and we have little historical evidence of this, really, as if they were well treated, and Nicolas Fouquet treated him well, so we don't see problems of that. So okay, so this is the Vatel movie, and as usual, manipulation with history ends bad. So a good example of it is Vatel. But it's a good movie dramatically, but it's dramatically wrong historically.